Have you ever wondered how some people seem to effortlessly generate a torrent of creative ideas? Creativity, it's an intriguing concept, isn't it? Often we associate it with artists painting masterpieces, inventors conjuring up the next big thing, or writers spinning tales that transport us to different worlds. But creativity isn't confined to these roles. It's a valuable trait that everyone can and should nurture. Creativity fuels problem solving, fosters innovation, and adds a dash of color to the routine of everyday life. It's an essential ingredient in personal and professional growth. The beauty of it all is that each of us possesses an innate capacity for creativity. It's not a select club that only welcomes the chosen ones. It's a universal ability, waiting to be discovered, honed, and celebrated within each of us. Today, we're going to explore 5 ways to awaken and nurture your creativity. So buckle up and let's embark on this exciting journey together. The first way to boost your creativity is to cultivate curiosity. Now let's take a moment to reflect on this. What does that mean exactly? Well, curiosity is the fuel that drives creativity. It's the spark that ignites the flame of innovation. It's the inquisitive nature that propels us to venture beyond the ordinary, to question the status quo, and to discover the extraordinary. Curiosity is all about being open-minded and interested in the world around us. It's about not just seeing things as they are, but imagining how they could be. It's about looking at a blank canvas and seeing a masterpiece waiting to be created. It's about hearing a melody in the rustling of leaves, or seeing a story in the setting sun. How can we cultivate this curiosity? It starts with asking questions, lots and lots of questions. Questions about everything and anything. Why is the sky blue? What makes a rainbow? How does a caterpillar turn into a butterfly? These are not just questions for children, they are questions for all of us who seek to ignite our creative minds. Next, seek new experiences. Step out of your comfort zone. Try that exotic dish you've always been curious about. Learn a new language. Travel to a place you've never been before. Each new experience broadens your perspective, enriches your knowledge, and fuels your creativity. Finally, learn about diverse topics. Don't confine yourself to a single field of interest. Dive into the depths of philosophy. Soar through the cosmos of astronomy, traverse the landscapes of geography, and dance to the rhythm of music. The more diverse your knowledge, the more connections you can make, and the more creative you can be. So, keep asking questions. Keep seeking new experiences. Keep learning about diverse topics. Keep cultivating your curiosity, and watch as your creativity blossoms and blooms like a flower in the spring. Remember, curiosity didn't kill the cat, it made the cat more creative. So go ahead, be curious, your creativity is waiting to be unleashed. The second key to creativity is embracing failure. Now that might sound a little odd because who actually enjoys failing? But let's reframe that thought. It's not about enjoying failure, it's about understanding its role in the creative process. You see, creativity isn't a straight line, it's a winding path with twists and turns, peaks and valleys. And yes, sometimes it leads you to dead ends, but that's not a sign to give up. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to pivot. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every great inventor, artist, writer, they've all faced failure. But they didn't let it stop them. They used it, they learned from it, they grew from it, and you can too. How? Well, first reframe those negative thoughts. When you hit a roadblock, don't think, "I've failed." Instead, think, "What can I learn from this?" This simple shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. Next, practice resilience. Remember, failure is not a full stop, it's a comma, it's a pause, a chance to reflect, to reassess, to recalibrate. Don't let a setback knock you down, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and keep going. And lastly, celebrate small victories. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. So don't just wait for the big wins, celebrate the little ones too. They're proof that you're moving, that you're growing, that you're creating. So let's flip the script on failure. Let's stop seeing it as a foe and start seeing it as a friend. A friend that challenges us, that pushes us, that helps us to grow. A friend that's not there to tear us down, but to build us up. So don't shy away from failure, embrace it. It's your stepping stone to creative success. The third way to enhance your creativity is seeking solitude. Now, solitude often gets a bad rep, and it's commonly misunderstood as loneliness. But in reality, solitude is a state of being alone without feeling lonely. It's in those quiet moments, when we're free from the noise of the world, that we truly connect with our innermost thoughts and ideas. Think of solitude as your personal idea incubator. It's a space where you can let your thoughts wander, and those random ideas, those sparks of inspiration, can be nurtured and grown into something more substantial. When you're alone, you have the freedom to think, dream, and explore without distraction or judgment. So, how can you cultivate solitude in your busy life? It's simpler than you think. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day for quiet reflection. This could be first thing in the morning, during a lunch break, or in the evening before bed. Another way is practicing mindfulness. This doesn't have to be anything complicated. It could be as simple as focusing on your breath or tuning into the sounds around you. These moments of mindfulness can bring clarity and can boost your creative thinking. Finally, consider disconnecting from technology periodically. In a world that's always switched on, taking the time to unplug can be incredibly liberating. It gives your mind the space to explore new territories, free from the constant influx of information. Solitude is not loneliness. It's the fertile soil where your creativity can bloom. The fourth tip for boosting your creativity is practicing mindfulness. Now you might be wondering, what is mindfulness and how does it enhance creativity? Mindfulness is all about being present, about focusing your attention on the here and now. By being fully engaged in the present moment, you pave the way for your creative juices to flow. Imagine your mind as a calm and clear water body, undisturbed by the ripples of past regrets or future anxieties. This serene state of mind is where great ideas are born. It's where you can connect the dots, see patterns, and come up with innovative solutions. This is the power of mindfulness. So, how can you practice mindfulness? One effective way is through meditation. Just spending a few minutes each day focusing on your breath can make a huge difference. It helps you to disconnect from the chaos of everyday life and reconnect with your inner self. Another way to practice mindfulness is through mindful eating. This involves paying full attention to the food you eat, its taste, texture, and aroma. It's about savoring each bite rather than mindlessly gobbling down your meals. Finally, be aware of your surroundings. Take the time to notice the little things, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, the smell of fresh coffee, the feeling of sunlight on your skin. These simple observations can spark a wave of creativity. Mindfulness brings you into the present, the birthplace of creativity. The fifth and final way to become more creative is to foster diverse connections. The beauty of diversity lies in the multitude of perspectives it brings. It's like a kaleidoscope, turning the ordinary into a myriad of extraordinary ideas. And when it comes to creativity, these diverse perspectives can be the catalyst that triggers the birth of unique, innovative concepts. Imagine your mind as a garden. Each person you meet, each idea you encounter, is like a seed. The more varied these seeds are, the more colorful and vibrant your garden becomes. That's exactly what happens when you foster diverse connections. The different viewpoints you encounter enrich your thinking and broaden your creative horizons. So how do you foster these diverse connections? One way is to attend networking events. These are gold mines of diverse ideas and perspectives. You'll meet people from different walks of life, each with their unique experiences and insights. Engage in conversations, ask questions, share your ideas. You'll be amazed at how these interactions can fuel your creativity. Joining online communities is another way to foster diversity. There are myriad communities out there, each catering to different interests and subjects. Whether it's art, science, philosophy, or anything in between, you'll find a community for it. Participate in discussions, share your thoughts, and most importantly, listen to what others have to say. Lastly, actively seek out different perspectives. This could mean reading a book by an author from a different culture, watching a documentary on a subject you know little about, or simply having a conversation with someone whose views differ from yours. These experiences help you to see the world from different angles, and it's from these varied viewpoints that creativity often springs. Remember, creativity isn't born in a vacuum. It's the result of a mind that's open to new ideas, new experiences, and new perspectives. So, seek diversity in your connections. The more varied your interactions, the richer your creative palette becomes. Diverse connections are the sparks that ignite the creative flame. Let's recap the 5 ways to become a more creative person. First off, we have cultivating curiosity. It's about diving headfirst into the unknown, asking questions and seeking answers. Then comes embracing failure, where we learn to see failure not as an end, but as a stepping stone to success, and a source of valuable insights. Our third point, seeking solitude, is all about creating space for your thoughts to breathe and grow. Fourthly, practicing mindfulness helps you to be present in the moment, to appreciate the world around you, and to let creativity flow naturally. Last but not least, fostering diverse connections encourages you to step out of your comfort zone, meet new people, learn new things, and gather different perspectives. Each of these methods is a tool in your creative toolkit waiting to be used. Creativity is not a gift bestowed upon a lucky few, it's a skill that you can cultivate. So start today and unleash your creative potential.